In this video, you'll learn how to trim a video layer in Adobe After Effects quickly and precisely, so you keep only the parts of your footage that you actually want to use. Let's start by getting your footage into After Effects. First, import your video so it appears in the project panel. You can do this by dragging your video file from your computer straight into the project panel, or by using the import command from the menu. Once it's there, bring your footage into a composition by dragging it from the project panel down into the timeline or directly onto the composition viewer. This automatically creates or adds the clip as a layer in your comp, which is where all of your trimming will happen. Now that your video is in the timeline, you need to select the layer you want to trim. In the timeline panel, click on the video layer. You'll see it highlight to show it's active. This is important because any trimming shortcuts you use will apply to the selected layer only. If you have multiple layers stacked on top of each other, always double check that the correct one is selected before you start cutting or adjusting. Next, let's position the playhead, also known as the current time indicator, or CTI. This is the vertical line in your timeline that shows where you are in time. Click and drag the playhead left or right along the timeline to the exact point where you want your video to start or end. Take your time here and use the preview controls to play around that area so you can find the perfect frame. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge the playhead frame by frame for more precision. Once the playhead is in the right spot, you're ready to trim the layer using keyboard shortcuts. To trim the in point, or the start of your clip, move the playhead to where you want the video to begin. On Windows, press Alt and the left bracket key. On a Mac, press Option and the left bracket key. As soon as you do this, the beginning of your video layer will snap to that playhead position, and everything before that point will be hidden. The original footage is still there, you're just changing where the layer becomes visible in the composition. To trim the out point or the end of your clip, do the same thing, but at the point where you want the video to stop. Move the playhead to that frame, then on Windows press Alt and the right bracket key, or on a Mac press Option and the right bracket key. The end of your layer will now cut off at the playhead, so anything after that point won't play in your comp. Again, you're not deleting footage, just limiting what shows up in the timeline. If you prefer a more visual hands-on approach, you can also trim manually by dragging. In the timeline, move your mouse to the very beginning or very end of the video layer. When you hover over the edge, your cursor will change to indicate that you can resize the layer. Click and drag the edge inward to adjust the start or end point. As you drag, watch the time indicator and any thumbnail or preview to make sure you're landing exactly where you want. This method is great when you want to see the clip's duration change in real time or make quick rough trims. You can always combine these methods. Use the playhead and shortcuts for precise cuts and manual dragging for quick adjustments. And remember, trimming is non-destructive, so you can extend the layer again later if you need more of the original footage. That's all you need to know to confidently trim a video layer in After Effects using both shortcut keys and manual dragging in the timeline.